10 reasons why you might be struggling with your weight or health. Full disclosure, I made them also. One, don't make food your identity. There are so many other things you can pick as identity. Please do not make food your identity, because if you do, you're going to make it very hard, if not impossible, to change your lifestyle, because any behavior that is not congruous with your identity is not going to last. So don't make it your identity. Two, you might be living a script handed to you by other people. Most of us believe we are doing what we want to do, we're eating what we want to eat, but there's not necessarily any truth to that, because most of what we believe we like, or most of what we believe we are choosing, was modeled to us by our parents or society, or by incessant advertisement by the food companies. That most of those choices were thrust upon us. We never ever stopped a day in our life to think about, do I really want it? Is Why is bad food so appealing to us? It's not because it's tasty, it's because we have been brainwashed and programmed and conditioned to like it. So take a hard look at everything you believe you love, because half of it is not even true. Another reasons, you might be stuck in a habit loop. So brain uses habit loops to conserve energy, so we don't have to make the same choice over and over again. So most of us are going to keep running in the hamster wheel because life is busy, let's admit it, and we'll keep doing the same things unless we stop and pause and see what we are doing wrong and mindfully change it. If we don't, we're going to be stuck in the habit loop, and we're going to resort to the same things we have done over and over again and not change at all. Another reason is distracted eating. So it is so prevalent among many of us that we eat when we are watching TV, we eat when we are driving, we eat when we are cooking in the kitchen. There are so many times we're eating without paying any mind to it. The problem with that is that it makes it very hard for your brain to register that you are full, because brain takes some time to figure it out. So if you don't eat mindfully, you're going to end up eating an extremely large portion without even realizing you've had any food, or without any satisfaction whatsoever. Another thing is fast or quick eating. So ideally what we should do is we should have one bite, take our time with it, rinse our mouth with water, then take another bite and taste all the flavors on our tongue slowly and savor it. And that's not how most of us eat. We just keep eating automatically without even pausing or thinking. So if you really love something, savor it. Take your time with it. Don't let it pass you by. Enjoy that experience if you really love that food. Another reason is external eating. External eating is when you didn't decide to eat, but somebody brought you something, or in your environment you got a cue to eat. And so for anyone who grew up in a culture where food is celebrated, or it's considered extremely rude to decline food if somebody offers it to you, here is one tip for you. So I learned that from a colleague who is extremely healthy. So there was one day I made pudding chomere, which is actually one of my really good recipes. And so she came over and she asked me enthusiastically about, what is this? And how did you make it? Where's this recipe from? What's in it? And all of those questions. And then she said, oh, it sounds delicious. It smells amazing. I'm going to come back for it because I just ate. And I was so impressed with her that, we both went on with our day. She did not hurt my feelings. She actually made me feel very appreciated, but she didn't take a single bite of it. So I think that's a very good strategy. So you got to have some responses ready to get out of those situations if you feel cornered. Another reason is emotional eating. The problem with emotional eating is that we eat to soothe our emotions. And I know so many of us do that. first off, do not hate yourself if you do that. You were born with it. It's a very innate response. It's something we learn very early in life when we are born. So when we are newborns or when we are little, our moms feed us every time we are hungry or we're crying. And that just becomes our habit at some point in our life. So I really, at some point, our parents, our school, our universities or colleges are supposed to help us learn emotional regulation. And I hate to admit that I went through medical school without even learning anything about it. I have relied most heavily on emotional eating throughout all of my struggles in life. Another reason could be that you are under misguided impression that you are currently consuming healthy food. So one thing, we can look at from animal kingdom is that every animal or species in natural habitat is built to recognize when it's full and when it has consumed enough food. Other than, the animals we take in for pets and ourselves, humans, nobody is gaining weight on the planet. So if we are gaining weight, there is something really wrong with our food. We live in an obesogenic environment where most of us are getting bigger and bigger. And our food is a lot of time misguided, mislabeled, misleading. It is promoted or sold as a health food, and it is not. There are so many misconceptions about food that a lot of people feel stuck and they're like, I'm eating everything healthy and I don't know why I'm not healthy. So, and I would say medical societies are also to blame for it. I don't think we've ever had a consensus on the food. So, if there is one study that recommends one thing, there are 10 other studies that say this is not good for you. So, I'm going to share my experience as a person and some medical knowledge as a doctor so you can make informed choices about the diet. And another reason so many of us, like 70% of people in US are currently overweight or obese, which is a stark difference from 1970s and 80s when only 20 to 30% of us were overweight or obese. So, and this all came with a shift in the behavior of many people that we do not prepare our own food. A lot of us think that like preparing food is so cumbersome and so expensive and so time consuming and cost prohibitive that we don't even try to do it. So I'm going to share on this channel, I'm going to share my time saving hacks, my healthy recipes that taste very good. So you're not going to hate yourself for eating them. And everything I've learned throughout my health journey with you. And hopefully it helps maybe some of you, if not everyone.